And welcome back with the game of the round, the Northern Hawks taking on the Western Devils. I'm just running through the lineups for today. For the Hawks, number 21, Kyla Edwards, number 58, Emma Elias, number 61, Trade Paul, number 49, Matilda Boyle, number 52, Kayla McCulloch, number 51, Sophie Podmore, number 53, Charlie Taylor, number 62, Danielle Suckling, and number 59, Dakota Van Voy. And for the Western Devils, number 6, Laura Waltman, number 14, Erica Chilcott, number 9, P1, number 4, Lindsay McDowell, number 29, Andrea Prado, number 21, Penelope Clayton, number 1, Rachel Wilson, number 5, Emily Dunn, number 31, Lauren Baker. As that shot dealt with by Edwards, McCulloch, Boyle, out wide, Elias, Boyle, McCulloch, and that's a hospital ball there a little bit. Waltman coming in, but they get away with that one. And Boyle down the line, Paul in the middle, McDowell, Priato, Waltman cuts inside well, Chilcott, Priato, McDowell. The Devils playing very high up is Chilcott, looking for the back post, but it's cut out in the end. And that ball trickling out. Priato on the near side now. In the middle for Waltman. McDowell. And McDowell gives it away. McCulloch, but McDowell wins it back and gives it away again. That one rolling through to Rachel Wilson, whose throw finds Chilcott. Chilcott can't keep it in. And Boyle will get it back from the side. McCulloch, Elias, Boyle, Elias, McCulloch. And a handball there maybe. It's been given it against McDowell, and now the Hawks with an opportunity to work something from the set play. McCulloch and Boyle starting over at Boyle on the right foot, and it's gone in. Matilda Boyle, what a finish that was. Left foot, right foot. She can do it on both. Rachel Wilson won't want to watch that one back. I think it went through her legs, but nevertheless, the Hawks take the early advantage, and for the second week in a row, the Devils find themselves a goal down. It's Sophie Podmore on now. Waltman. 3 for McDowell, but Edwards collects it. Podmore. And through there from McCulloch, but Chilcott will let it run. And Clayton comes on for McDowell. Waltman. Chilcott. Through for Priato, but Edwards shoots it out. Suckling on now. Podmore. Clayton. McCulloch across the court, and that one's gone out. Chilcott on it now. Clayton, Chilcott, and that one Just taking a second too long to dip over Edwards' bar. And Ilias now. 1-2. Can they double the lead? And they've done it at the back post. Suckling. 2-0 now for the Northern Hawks. And what a well-worked goal that was. As B1 comes on for her first involvement in the match. And Van Voigt on now. Waltman. Priado's on the overlap. Ups for one. One from range. And Priado with the header off the upright. Back heel from one, and it's a good pass. And Clayton. Back post. One. In fact, it's Priado. Somehow gets through. A good save by Edwards. A great save by Edwards. Keeping the Devils scoreless, and you can tell they're going to be fiery. They haven't lost in a long, long time. And I think it's the first time they've gone down 2-0 in quite a while as well. It's McCulloch. Podmore's looking for it through the middle. Waltman, if anyone can make it happen, it'll be her, but even she's lost out. And through ball. Suckling. And what a save that was. They would have got very messy had that one gone in. And Suckling, a good shot. Headed over the bar by one. And Suckling's been very good since she's come on. A goal and created a couple of opportunities. As Podmore back, and Podmore fires that one behind for a corner. Podmore checking off now. Boyle, the goal scorer, coming back on. And it's all Northern Hawks at the moment. The women in white are playing very well. However, the Devils are a good side. They'll be annoyed but not rattled. It's Waltman. Clayton in the middle. On the layoff. Clayton looks to cut inside, but Van Voigt does well. Ball still alive here with Waltman. He turns and shoots, but it's a wayward effort. And Edwards, long ball, looking for Van Voigt. In fact, it's Taylor. My mistake. As a through ball, but it's given away. And Boyle now looking for the back post, and Suckling almost looked like a handball from where I'm standing. Oh, it was in the face. So Waltman having a well-earned rest. We hope she's not hurt. As McCulloch. And Taylor, a loose touch. One. Clayton. Done. Back for Wilson. Baker. Given away. Clayton does well on the layoff from one. McCulloch's on the overlap. Taylor. And oh, what a save that is from Edwards. And again, Edwards. A bit of miscommunication there between the Hawks defense and Edwards staying alert. Diving across that goal, and now she's going to be caught into action again! And it's another big save. The Hawks getting away with a couple of opportunities there. As they look to break the defensive line with that ball. And done. Clayton. Done. A 1-2 with Baker, who goes over the top. Edwards gets the punch in. And a Northern Hawks ball from the side. Podmore. Matilda Boyle. And gets beyond. Boyle! And no one's where they needed to be. Boyle squared it to the danger area at the top of the D, but it could have been a third there, nothing doing. B1. And Boyle's won it back. Looking for Suckling, but she swung that one. And she'll check off to the bench for a rest. Is Emma Ilias back on now. Baker. Podmore does really well. And Van Voigt links up with Podmore, but Wilson collects, and it's McDowell inside. Baker. Priato. Cuts inside. Still going Priato, and it's a good ball, McDowell, which is half the deficit. Great ball through from Priato, who found the opening in the middle, and nothing Edwards could do. McDowell using all her experience to finish on the turn. And it was a very well worked goal. You can see they did the substitute tactic with Baker and Priato, and Priato just finding a bit of space in the middle before picking out McDowell, and she finished very nicely beyond Edwards, who's been very good so far. She's going to get caught into action again as once her foot is saved, and Boyle on the attack now, on the counter attack. And that's another save, but this time from Rachel Wilson. Pushing it around the post, and she does well. And Van Voigt, Podmore, a great layoff. And Boyles come out the other side as McDowell. Priato, in fact, it's Emily Dunn who wins the corner. Priato. And in the middle, gets the hand in there with Edwards. 1. And Priato looking in the middle, but it's blocked behind. Emily Dunn, Priato, and a good save from Edwards again, covering the near post well. Is Jade Paul on now. Boyle looking through, however the Devils have done well. It's gone out in the end though. And the starting four for the Hawks on now. McCulloch, Boyle, Paul and Ilias. And Boyle does really well there. I thought that might have stayed in. Referee Tom Golubovic disagrees. Is Erica Chilcott back on now? In the middle. But Boyle wins it back. McDowell. And that one's given away. Boyle. McCulloch. Ilias looking through the legs, and she pulls it off. Boyle's inside. Paul. Paul should have used Boyle. Chilcott, Dunn, McCulloch, Ilias, Paul, and McCulloch does well to cut that one out. Podmore, McCulloch, Ilias gets a bit lucky there with the touch, but it's a great ball over the top, and Boyle now pulls down the byline, opts inside for McCulloch instead. McCulloch, back to Boyle, back to McCulloch, the parallel flick, And somehow she still held on to it. Great feet from Boyle. Elias switches play with Jade Paul, who's gone back to Elias under pressure, but squeezes it through a gap. And now McDowell, it's a loose ball. And McDowell comes to the bench. Waltman back on. And Boyle, but Waltman's all over her. And the 1-2 is done. Waltman can't control. McCulloch to Paul. And Paul, it's a loose pass really. And the turn on the shot on the turn by Dunn into the side netting. McCulloch. Suckling looking down the line and cut out by Waltman, who's on the attack herself now. Out wide, Prioto. Back to Waltman on the left foot. She's not going to miss from here. She will do. Another good save from Edwards, and now the Hawks are on the counter attack with Suckling inside. McCulloch. But Prioto gets back and defends well. All the Devils are back in fact, and Paul looking for that lob ball over. And Prioto checks herself onto the bench. And Nellie Clayton back on, the captain. And Elias gets in front. Chilcott. Clayton cuts onto the right foot. But Jade Paul has done really well to get the block in. And Edwards drops it at the feet of Paul. The Hawks can play into the 4-0. As you see, they're moving to do so now. That's a great ball from Elias. Suckling's away, but Waltman gets back, and Suckling gets beyond her and gets her shot off. What great feet that were from. What great feet they were from Danielle Suckling to get beyond Waltman. It's not something you see very often. Laura Waltman, a good defender. She plays centre back for Freo City in the outdoor game. Came 5th in the women's gold medal this season, and always is amongst the top vote getters. It's a good ball through to Paul. And that one saved at the near post by Wilson. Waltman. Baker's on the overlap. So is Chilcott. That's for Chilcott. Baker's at the back post. It's a great save by Edwards. A really good save. And in the middle, Jade Paul. Down the line, Elias. And Suckling was looming at the back post, but the pass was cut out by Clayton. Paul dummies over it, and it's a decent effort from Podmore, just a little bit too high. As Waltman makes way to target. And Elias does well. Through to Jade Paul, who had to get a foot in there. She would have been 1v1 with Wilson. Couldn't react in time. Waltman. Chilcott. Clayton. Waltman. 1-2 with Clayton. And Baker was in space, but they didn't find her. Clayton double team, yet somehow she's still got the ball and does well. Resets with Chilcott. Waltman now. Can she cut onto the left foot? Opts for Clayton's option in the middle. And Waltman back with Chilcott. Baker. Good first time ball. And it's rebounded out. The Devils clean it up. Baker. Clayton. Down the line. Baker looks in the middle. Chilcott. Clayton. But Baker picks this one up. However, Suckling has gotten the foot in. And Taylor clears. Podmore, scuffed pass. Waltman. Is she going to go herself? Taylor wins it back. Podmore. Suckling. Taylor. Podmore. McCulloch cleans it up. And they've just got to see the first half out. Only a couple of seconds left. Wouldn't want to do anything silly. And there we go. The final whistle. Hawks go into the break leading 2-1. Danielle Suckling and Matilda Boyle the goal scorers. And Lindsay McDowell up the other end. And we'll just go through the halftime stats. Hawks 162 attempted passes, 115 completed. The Devils 119, 76 completed. 71% passing accuracy for the Northern Hawks, 64% for the Devils, and 59% possession for the Northern Hawks, 41% for the Devils. 12 shots, 8 on target for the Northern Hawks, 12 shots, 9 on target for the Western Devils, so very even in that regard. And we'll be back in just a moment with all the coverage from the second half. And as we get restarted, it's the Devils with it all to do. Currently, the champions are trailing 2-1. And not only the champions of the Supa-Liga, the champions of Supa-Liga Australia, the Western Devils. So a very high caliber side. It's not often they're in a situation like this. A rather precarious situation, perhaps caused by some outstanding saves by this, with the number 21 on the Northern Hawks side, Carl Edwards. She's played very well. The Hawks with the early momentum going out to a 2-0 advantage, but gave the Devils a bit of a wake-up call in the process, who have bounced back strong and tested Edwards on quite a few occasions. She's going to need much of the same if they are to hold on. As Podmore, she's got a runner at the back post in McCulloch, but she wasn't going to get there in time. It's a good ball though. You can see what she was trying to do. As Clayton, B1 given away, but McCulloch cleared that one out rather than taking a touch, as McDowell, Priato, down the line. She's lost out, but won it back. Clayton, through ball, and B1 looking for the flick on, but it didn't direct it anywhere near the target. Edwards. And over the top, it's a good ball.
Good idea, Kayla.
A bit too heavy for Podmore's run.
Yeah. Well, not over the top, but try and roll them forward.
Podmore. Taylor. Looks to get beyond Priato, but it rebounds off the number 29 and back out for a hook, side ball. And it's a loose ball from Podmore, who gives that one away rather cheaply. As Clayton lets it run through her legs. And Taylor, that's a great ball. Suckling, looking for the back post. Van Voigt rather. And Podmore giving away. And that shot deflects behind. They've got to be careful there, the Northern Hawks. Playing with fire at the back a little bit. And that one into the side netting from B1. Boyle back on now, the scorer of the first goal. What a great player Matilda Boyle is. Plays alongside Laura Waltman at Fremantle City. But they're enemies today, and if they come, or if the Hawks come away with it, Boyle's going to have the bragging rights as Sophie Podmore. She steps away and gets in a defensive position. Looks like Clayton might look over the top. She does. And Priato, it's a good set play. Priato catching it on the left foot. Obviously the weaker of her 2 feet, and did well to direct it as close as she did, but it's going to have to be something else to score on the weak foot from that angle. This is a better place to score from in the centre. B1. She can drive and shoot. She's got space. However, she dragged her effort wide. Hawks succumbing to a bit of the pressure that the Devils are implying. And Edwards with it again. Boyle. Good ball for Podmore. Can they catch the Devils out in the counter-attack? A back row. Van Voigt. A nice pass outside. And the back post. But what a double save from Rachel Wilson. She's known for pulling those type of saves off. She did it in Brisbane. She's done it again. And it really would have been curtains, you'd think, if that one had gone in. Would have maybe killed some of the Devils' momentum against the run of play. But Wilson refusing to be beaten and not only making the initial save, but getting back up and saving off the boot of Van Voigt as Priato. A scooped effort over the top. And McCulloch's under pressure. The larger frame of Clayton gets the better of her. And it's a rare error from Kayla McCulloch, but it's fortunate. It was very fortunate that it ended up right in the arms of Carla Edwards. Half a metre left or right, and we might have been level again. Podmore and Boyle. Good ball inside, Van Voigt. And the ball's right through. Boyle, Van Voigt. But again, Wilson makes the save. And giving the Devils a chance. All they've got to do is catch the Hawks out once, and the momentum will swing the Red and Black's favour. But they've also got to be careful. The Hawks are looking most threatening on the counter-attack when the Devils have numbers forward. And Edwards, a routine save for her as Suckling comes back on. Van Voigt off. And Podmore. And uses a bit of her experience to know when to put that one into touch. She had no options. No harm in the ball going out as Emily Dunn. And B1 getting amongst it, but Ilias puts it out again. And Clayton, she looks like she wants to work a shot. It's a bad pass. And Suckling's going to press Dunn there. Forced back to Wilson, who gets it out to Clayton, who's on the attack. They've got numbers forward. The Devils. Clayton through the middle. And not far off at all. Edwards dived across her goal, and very luckily for the Hawks, that one just missing the target, but Clayton showing us she can do it at both ends. Carrying the ball all the way up the court and through the middle as Jade Paul on now. Boyle. And a release pass by Matilda Boyle.
Just come this way, close that hole.
12 or just under 13 minutes left. Clayton. She looks through the middle, but the Hawks do a good enough job at keeping it shut, and it's a nice back row from Paul. A great turn from Boyle. Paul breaks the line with that pass, and Suckling now, she's got good feet. We've seen that before. And fakes inside, or fakes outside before going inside. Boyle, her pass, the loose one. And Laura Waltman back on now. If anyone's going to score for the Devils, you think it will be her. Golden Boot winner past couple of seasons, and always pops up for a goal or two, and the Devils need it most. A very good left footer. I can go on her right as well, though. As Boyle. Suckling. Ilias. Suckling. And somehow Suckling's still going. Chilcott
Danielle, don't take it. Danielle.
swings it away.
Jado, Emma, go take it.
And Suckling on the left foot. Oh, it's a ball to the back post from Elias, and Paul maybe should have done a bit better.
Great ball.
An open shot at the back post. And again Elias, and Paul again. Elias will be frustrated. She should have had 2 assists. Paul just maybe not watching the ball onto her boot the whole way. And 2 let-offs there in quick succession for the Devils. And Clayton looking for Waltman, but Boyle comes away with it. Waltman using her body well, and Dunn, I think she was clipped. Maybe the advantage was given. Dunn gets through. Boyle plays it to Paul, who looked to make up for those earlier errors, and that's the start. It's a good ball. Elias, Boyle. In 2 minds there as to whether she wanted to pass or shoot Matilda Boyle.
What's the ball?
Wilson goes long. Waltman, great first touch. Ball through. Chilcott. Not far away again. The pressure is on. The momentum is building up. And it's only a matter of time now, you'd think. But having said that, the Hawks are still ahead on the scoreboard. They've got to be more efficient with these chances of the Western Devils. They know that. Usually they're ruthless in front of net, but today Edwards has really stood up, and she'll be definite candidate for a man of the match should things stand like this.
Emma, drop off.
And Chilcott. Baker in the middle, Dunn. Loses out, but pressing for that ball back. Baker, Chilcott, Waltman wants it. And she checks away. Baker, Waltman at the back post. Can she keep it in? Not quite.
Danielle, next.
And Kayla McCulloch back on now. Danielle Suckling having a rest. McCulloch. Paul. Oh, it's a nice ball over the top from Paul. Just a bit over here. Waltman.
Right. And now left, Matilda.
Baker.
Yeah, good. Well done, Em. Till step up,
Chilcott.
Up, yeah.
Waltman. Cuts inside. And still going Waltman. Plays it off Elias, and we'll get it back from the side. Baker. Shot blocked. Waltman. And the Devils will get it back. Waltman. Shot from range, and that one over Edwards' bar. As Dakota Van Voigt comes back on now for Matilda Boyle. Done. And McCulloch let that one roll under her boot as Prioto on now. Last 8 minutes of the match, and that's a great ball from Baker. Edwards reads it well. Van Voigt, a rush pass. And McCulloch over the top expertly. Van Voigt controls with the heel. And done. Waltman over the top. It's a good ball, but a great save from Edwards. Prado struck it kindly on the volley from an acute angle. Shouldn't have that much power on it, but got the accuracy pinpoint. And still the pressure coming more so from the Devils. Will the Hawks be able to hold on? Waltman, nice touch on the chest, and she drives forward. They've got no one back, but Waltman away. Waltman, shot blocked. And behind for a Devils side ball. Emily Dunn in the middle. McDowell bounces back, and Dunn looks down the line, but she's lost out, and she used her body well there. Emily Dunn didn't see too much in it. Van Voigt fell over, and the Hawks have a foul.
Dakota, in front of the keeper. Right in front of the keeper.
Podmore back on now, and it looks like she'll go for a shot. She does. Not one of her best.
Just hit the target. Pod drop off, pod drop off. Wide, please. Wide.
And
Dakota, go wide.
Podmore will take this one from the side.
Thank you. Yeah, that's cool, yeah.
Hawks into their usual 4-0 shape. And they're under pressure now. Podmore, no real options. The Devils have a corner. Waltman, still Waltman. McCulloch gets the toe in. And Elias. Van Voigt, a great ball to McCulloch. Can she wrap things up? The touch took her backwards, and Van Voigt, it was a good effort, but blocked on the way through. And McDowell, Waltman halts the attack. Clayton uses her body well. He shoots from range, but that one nowhere near the target. And the timeout has been called by the Western Devils, or the Northern Hawks rather. 191 passes for the Northern Hawks, 121 for the Devils. 70% pass accuracy for the Hawks, 60% for the Devils, so they're really getting let down in that respect. 55% possession for the Hawks and 45% for the Devils. We'll be back in just a moment. As Edwards, she'll restart. Podmore exits through the middle and looks to receive over the top. But McDowell gets a large frame in the way and holds off the smaller Podmore. That one's given away. And Van Voigt, a loose touch. Waltman cuts inside, the reverse ball, but Edwards is able to claim it. Podmore, McCulloch. Podmore again. Suckling. Oh, it's a good ball from Suckling. The reverse pass just hit a bit too heavy. And Waltman a loose touch. And a through ball. And again Suckling. What a great ball that was. Van Voigt just not there quick enough.
Danny, press. Danny.
And the through ball, looking for Waltman, but Edwards is out, and the ball spilled loose. Podmore, nice composure. It's a 2-on-1 now. Suckling, Van Voigt! And it's just missed. In fact, I think, and I did miss, I was going to say, did Wilson get a touch? Not quite. That would have been the chance there to wrap up the match. But Van Voigt, it just pulled a shot wide. Tana Campos on the edge of her seat as McCulloch. Podmore exits. Boyle back on and 4-second violation. Prado drops it for Clayton. And Clayton long in the danger area. But Edwards does enough. McDowell's on it back post. Edwards again! And is that a foul? It is. Ryan Morris stands firm with his decision. Clayton, in fact, no, it was Prado from behind. This will eat up a few seconds for the Northern Hawks. Boyle just panicked a little bit there. Passed to no one in particular. Chilcott in the middle, given away. And Boyle in front. She can drive it at the Devils' defense. Podmore cuts inside. Boyle to win the game. Surely Matilda Boyle. And it's a long road back now for the Devils. Will we see the fifth man? It doesn't look like it. And if you're a betting man, you'd think that's the 3 points in the back there. With Edwards refusing to be beaten, the 2-goal buffer is not going to be easy to come back from. And what an assist. Sophie Podmore with the reverse pass. Boyle with the finish. And here she is again. Paul Podmore. And an arm out there from McDowell, but nothing called. Prado does well. Chilcott. Clayton. And into stop clock territory now. Suckling. Hawks are happy to keep possession. Paul. Boyle. Suckling. Boyle. Good ball. Paul's got time and space. She can dribble it. McDowell, but opts for McCulloch instead. Boyle, she's got to be careful. And the Hawks are not far off a memorable victory. It's been a long time coming. The Devils have virtually been unbeatable up until now. And a good effort, a big effort, a massive effort from Greg Farrell's side. Boyle, the superstar, with the 2 goals. Suckling, the number 62, with the other. And the ball was won. As much as it did look like one went flying over. It looks like Boyle got the ball first, and McDowell, shots like that aren't going to cut it. Podmore. Paul, back row. Podmore through. And Wilson maybe should have come out, but she gets it back. Paul. And a loose pass from Dunn. 37 seconds left now. And surely it's too far to come back from. Have the Hawks done enough? As we go with it now, Elias, Boyle. Boyle through the middle. But Dunn's won that one back. However, Podmore, she's still going. Dunn, they're going to have to score now if they want a lifeline. But it doesn't look like it's coming. And Paul, she'll just run the seconds off the clock. 1. Paul. Elias. Paul wants it down the line, but Elias is just going to hold on. And the Hawks have won. What a victory this was. The Northern Hawks knocking off the champions. Second game in. And 3 seconds left. The star of the show for me has been Carla Edwards making some monumental saves. And the final whistle goes. Northern Hawks 3, Western Devils 1. And we'll run through the goal scorers. Matilda Boyle with 2, Daniel Suckling with 1. And for the Devils, it was Lindsay McDowell scoring their only goal of the match. Western Devils 234 passes completed, or passes attempted. Northern Hawks 328 passes attempted. The Devils 141 completed passes. The Hawks with 228. Devils with a 60% passing percentage. The Hawks with a 70%. And 45% possession of the Devils, 55% for the Hawks. So they're on top in all of those categories. However, on the shots, it was the Western Devils with 24-13 on target, resulting in only the 1 goal. The Northern Hawks 21-12 on target, resulting in the 3 goals. And we'll be back in a moment with all the action from the men's Supa-Liga between it looks like actually it's a Supa-Liga day, so this game won't be live streamed. We'll have a 1 game break and be back with the men's in a game's time. I'm out.